Hey, it's Xennial Gamer, and we are here with our first Labyrinth video. Today we're going to be looking at the Wind mini-boss Guilles, which is also the easiest of the mini-bosses. And that's why I'm starting with him, because this is probably the team that the most people will be able to build a hell team with, and should have the least trouble actually winning with that team once it's built. So we'll start off by taking a look at my team. Now I've got Belager, Hua, Colleen, and Darion, which a lot of you will already have those four monsters built because Belager is for current raid meta and Hua, Colleen, and Darion were for previous raid meta. Now if you don't have Darion, Diaz should work exactly as well. I've actually never used Diaz just because I didn't need to change the team since it was working. But I'm pretty sure that he would be exactly the same thing. The only advantage Darion has over Diaz is that for Diaz, the defense break is on his skill 2, where for Darion, it's on his skill 1. And obviously, if the boss resists that defense break, then it's going to extend the fight. It won't cause you to lose the fight, it'll just cause the fight to run a little bit longer. Now, the basic concept of this team is we're running 3 fire nukers plus Colleen for attack, buff, and heal. And then 1 non-fire defense breaker. And the reason we need one monster not to be fire is for the waves before the boss stage, which is why we use monsters like Darion or Diaz, because they can tank those waves. So I'm actually going to run through and then just quit at the end so I can do a couple of runs and show you different comps. So we're going to start right into it, and I'll talk you through it as we go by each wave. Now this is the first time I've ever used Diaz, but I am pretty confident he's going to work exactly the same as Darion did. So for speed tuning purposes, it's preferable if Colleen is your fastest. However, I have run this where Hua was faster than Colleen and it was fine. Just took a little bit longer. Now, the first thing you need to know is that there is a little bit of a trick to manipulate the AI in the waves. Whether or not Hua were to kill that monster, which in this case she did, but even if she did not kill that monster, you need to attack the monster on the left side with your Perna. So Hua always attacks the right side monster, Perna always attacks the left side monster. Whether or not they kill, now if there's a proc, you bring Perna back over and kill the right side monster. If you attack them that way, then the wave monsters will always attack your Diaz. If you finish the kill with the right side monster with your Perna, let's say Hua didn't kill it and you finish the kill with your Perna, then the wave monsters will attack any monster at random. And that's because that left side monster is going to hit with an AoE and it brings some monsters' HP below 100%. And once the fire monsters are below 100%, they're fair game for the wave monsters. So from here, obviously we've stacked our Belager because we killed the 2 minions. And so this is pretty straightforward now. Just to finish out, we're going to use all skill 1s and reset our cooldowns. We move into the second wave and we're going to do exactly the same thing. We do our attack buff. We go over here and kill the right side minion. Now notice this time it didn't die, but I'm still going over to the left side, and now they're all still going to attack my Diaz. Diaz will come over here and kill, which stacks my Belager, and then we finish out. Now for speed tuning purposes, my Belager is very slow because he's for BJ. Hua is fast, but it really is just because she's speed scaling, that's how she's runed. So generally speaking, the speed tuning in this, the only thing that actually matters is that your Colleen, Hua, and Perna are fast enough to move before the minions, which I believe is at about 200 speed. So as long as Colleen, Hua, and Perna are over 200 speed, you're fine. The other 2 can be really slow. My Diaz is like maybe 160, and my Belager is like 125. Now, when we get to the boss stage, this is the tricky part that can trip some people up. If you look at the 2 pillars on the sides over here, the left side is a destroy. It basically has the emblem of a destroy rune, and the right side has a will rune. The destroy rune gives the boss the ability to destroy our max HP, which will not matter in this fight. We don't care about the destroy rune at all. The will rune will slow our fight down a lot. And that's because we need the defense break to set up for a big hit from Belager. So we're going to go ahead and start with our Perna. We're going to destroy this we're going to kill this will rune. And now we're just going to ignore the destroy rune. Now I'm going to hold my Perna Flame Nova, and I'm just going to hit the boss with skill 1 because I want to get on a defense break. And then we'll actually go ahead and use the Belager stacks because he's going to get 3 stacks back by killing the Destroy rune. We use Colleen here over like Fran because we want heal block on the boss because the boss does heal back. So we've got our heal block up now, and we're just going to bring the boss down low enough to bring our 2 side pillars, crystals, whatever they are, back again. Now this time we have the will again, but we also have rage. So rage is an instant defeat of 1 monster, which unless he randomly defeated Perna would really slow us down. So we're going to go ahead and kill the rage first. And I don't think I can kill the will one, but I'm going to go ahead and attack it anyway because there's no defense break on the boss. And actually I did manage to kill the will one. If I had not though, it honestly would not have mattered. It just slows the fight down because at that point all you're doing is just waiting for the boss to cycle back to its crystals again. And so as you can see, this boss, he's really all about the side crystals that instant kill. As long as you have the healing from Colleen and you manage the side crystals and kill the correct ones, he really does no damage to you. You're completely safe. Now I'm going to go ahead and quit out here because Belager might actually kill him. The Diaz run, I don't know if you caught that on the last turn, but I was not back to my defense break yet, which is why Darion is preferable. So we're going to go ahead and put Darion back in. But just keep in mind that any defense breaker, preferably skill 1, but any defense breaker would work here. I could use Bella as well. Bella would give me heal. Actually, to be honest, I never thought of Bella. Bella's probably better because she's just as tanky, but she gives me some additional heal. All you need, though, is for a skill 1, not fire defense breaker in a tanky build for that 5th spot. So we're going to go ahead and use, let me see, is Bella skill 1 100%? It actually is. All right, let's try with Bella. Let's go ahead and experiment live on video. So if this blows up in my face, I can just cut it from the video later. But no, I actually think Bella is going to be better than Darion because she's going to be faster so she can get the defense break in earlier. Okay, now, what else is replaceable in this team? A lot of people don't have a Perna, and that is okay. The Perna is giving me a little bit of extra healing, but it's not critical. I could use any fire damage dealer. Rauk would probably work really well because his team up would allow me to either get an extra defense break from the Bella now or to bring Hua or whatever. I would not use Kali. She's going to be a little too squishy, but I could probably use, where's my Brandia? She's hiding from me. There she is. I could definitely use Brandia. And Belager is also replaceable. Just as an example here, we'll go ahead and bring in the Rauk. And this should probably work. Now, I don't have the attack buff, so it's going to make the fight that much slower. And I've left in the Colleen because I took out the Perna. And I want to make sure, so the Bella is going to give me enough heal to replace what Colleen was giving me before. Colleen now gives me enough to replace what Perna was giving me before. If I still had Perna in here, for example, I could probably run the team just like this. It would be a little bit slower because I'd have no attack buff from the Bella, but it would balance out a little bit because I've got that extra defense or damage dealer. So remember I said we do need to have our fire damage dealers above 200 speed. So let's try it with Masha, just to demonstrate that it really can be any kind of fire nuker. So we're going to replace Perna with Masha, and we're replacing Colleen with Brandia because Bella is now giving us heal. And we'll go ahead and try it this way. And it's not that you need to use this specific comp or my prior specific comp. The point I'm trying to make is that basically as long as you have 4 fire nukers and 2 of them are above 200 speed and you've got some heal, then you're going to be able to beat this boss pretty easily. So we'll go ahead. We missed the defense break there, unfortunately, but remember we always have to go right side to left side. So we're going to come over here and defense break, and then we'll go ahead and finish out that one. And so you saw that that right side crystal hit my Brandia because it wasn't dead, but then everybody else went over to Bella. So we're going to go ahead and use the AoE on Brandia for some glancing. We're going to heal back our Brandia, and then we'll go through and complete this wave. Now the other thing to mention here, I used Masha just for demonstration purposes, but she's not actually in an attack build. She's in a hybrid build right now, so she's not going to be able to kill that crystal most likely, unless she lands the defense break. and move on to the boss stage. So now here again, I've got 1 destroy rune and 1 will rune, which is perfect. Well, crystal, not rune. We are going to actually go ahead and get the defense breakdown on the boss and then drop that will crystal. And because I need that will to die, I'm going to use the AoE with Brandia. I'll use Brandia's full attack on the boss next time. So we'll go ahead and use, there we go, we'll go ahead and use Belager's stacks now. Again, we don't care about the destroy rune. It's not any threat to us. What we are missing from this right now, besides the attack buff from Colleen, is we're also missing the heal block from Colleen. But even then, as you can see, it's not going to be a big deal. Okay, so here's the last crystal that we didn't talk about, which is shield. So the shield crystal is a practically impenetrable shield. Even though I've got 2 monsters that could strip that shield, if I let that shield buff get up on the boss and I steal it from him with Belager or I strip it with Bella, he just gets the shield right back the next turn, and you cannot do enough damage to get through it. So the shield is a problem. However, remember, the rage is instant kill, so rage is a bigger problem. So we do have to come through and kill off this rage rune first. And at this point, I no longer have enough damage left to kill that shield rune, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack the boss a little bit. Bring him down a little bit further, and now I'm just going to kill time. I just have to wait until the boss's attack bar comes back up, and we can go through that shield rune, which just popped up right there. There's no point in me even using a skill 2, no point in me using Belager's stacks. We just have to kill time. See, I'll go ahead and strip it right now, and it just comes right back. So we'll go ahead and do our heal. Unfortunately, we've got Rage Shield up again, so this time we will take out that shield. Rather that rage, and we still cannot take out the shield, so we'll just take another big hit on the boss, and then we have to burn a little bit more time. That's one of the annoying things about Guilles, is that you basically just have to keep waiting until a destroy rune comes up, because you can ignore the destroy. Now I'm curious, I've actually never tried, because I don't use Brandia here, I've never tried a Brandia hit through the shield. Let's see what happens. Hey, we actually got through the shield. But it refreshed again immediately, and you saw the damage she did was only about 35,000, so it wasn't all that impressive. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use up the Belager stacks again. And now we do have our destroy rune, so we can go ahead and just take out that will rune, and now we're pretty much good to go for the rest of it. Put some attack buff on the boss, and the next hit will kill the boss. Now you can see my health did get down low, but bear in mind I wasn't using Colleen because I was trying to demonstrate a comp, and without the Colleen my attack damage was much lower, as well as having less healing, and I still had no trouble with the boss. So in an ideal comp for this stage, you would go back to that first team that I had just because it's a little bit faster, which is Belager, Hua, Colleen, and then pretty much you can use Perna, you can use Brandia, you can use any other fire nuker as long as it's over 200 speed. And then Darion or Bella, either one is going to work, as will Diaz, as will any other non-fire skill 1 defense breaker. We got a will grindstone out of that. Speed? Okay, I'll take that. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you guys have any questions on the team or comments, of course, they're always very much appreciated. Please leave them down below. Subscriptions are also very much appreciated. And thanks for watching the video. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, please pop that subscribe button over on the left. It shows me that you enjoyed the video, but more importantly, it shows me that you found the information useful and hopefully it helped you in your gameplay. So here's the deal. You pop subscribe and I'll keep popping out content. Thanks, guys.